I was being sent out to the asshole of the world, and I had no clue. I would be dropped off hundreds of miles behind the lines. It was no coincidence that I became the keeper of Colonel Kayla Johnson's memory, any more than being back at Checkpoint Charlie was a coincidence. It would be impossible to share her story without telling my own. And if her story is a confession,
would you like a cigarette?
So is mine.
No, sir, I don't smoke.
Have you ever seen this gentleman, or perhaps met the General or myself?
No, not personally.
Captain, you've done a lot of one-man missions, haven't you?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
The file includes assignments to intelligence, counterintelligence with ComSec 1st Terran Defense Brigade.
I am not presently authorized to talk about such operations, sir.
Did you not work for Whole World Security in the Ring of Fire operation?
No, sir.
Did you not assassinate a civilian administrator in Vecta Province?
Sir, I have...
July 17, 2072.
I have no knowledge of any such action or mission, nor would I be authorized to talk about an operation if it did indeed exist, sir.
Captain.
It's good manners to have a bite while we chat. I hope you're hungry. I see your hand is unserviceable. Are you injured?
A little surfing accident during R&R, sir.
Surfing? On R&R? But you're okay now? Ready for action?
Yes, General, very much so.
Good. Well, what do we have today? Karukas pseudo haggy. Usually pretty good. Have some parks. Pass it around. Speed things up, we'll pass things around the other way. Captain, I don't know how you feel about this SETI eelworm, but if you eat it, your heroism will never be in question.
No, thank you, sir. I've already
I'm
eaten.
gonna have some of that.
Captain, you've heard of Colonel Kayla Johnson?
Yes, sir, I've heard of the name.
Flight Operations Officer, 23rd Special Warfare Task Force.
Rick, play the audio for the captain, please.
Of course.
Listen carefully.
October 23rd, 043.
This was monitored out of the Vecta province.
Delta 6.
I saw my cat walk through a mirror. That's my dream. That's my nightmare. It walked back out and had changed from black to white. Do you understand? Don't you get it? It's my demon following me out into my life.
That voice was confirmed as Colonel Kayla Johnson. There's another.
Last recording, December 30th, 0500 hours, sector Delta 2.
We must destroy every last one of them. We must burn them out. Dogs, cats, artificial intelligence, collaborators and sympathizers. The nerve they have to say, I am an assassin. Assassins accuse assassins. What is going on? They lie. They lie. And we have to be forgiving for those that tell these falsehoods. They are soulless administrators. I despise them. I loathe them. I want to cut them out. One by one. And feed their souls to my
Kayla Johnson was one of the most outstanding officers this service has ever created. She was incredible, exemplary in every way. She was a good woman, too, a humanitarian woman, a woman of charm, of humor. She joined Special Forces, and soon after, her perception became unhinged, unsound.
Johnson has moved into the quarantine zone with a battalion of clones. Those clones idolize her as their mother, perhaps even a goddess figure. They take any order without question, no matter how ludicrous.
Well, I have something else to tell you. Colonel Johnson's about to be brought up on charges of murder.
I'm not sure I understand, sir. Who did she allegedly kill?
Johnson is accused of the executions of a few of our intelligence assets. She thought of them as double agents and unilaterally decided to liquidate them.
Well, Ford, in this conflict, things get messed up out in the field. Power struggles, conflicts, old ways of military necessity. Beyond the wire, out there with the clones, it must be intoxicating to become a god. In us all, there's a struggle to determine what's rational and irrational, what's light and what's dark. The right is not always in the right. There are times the darkness, as Lincoln said, is the better angels of our nature. Everyone has a limit. Everyone has a breaking point. Johnson has met hers. She's completely insane.
Yes, sir. Very much so. Clearly insane.
Your mission is to be airlifted into the most recent operation zone of Johnson's battalion. Locate and follow the movements of those battalion troops. Locate Colonel Johnson. Once you have located her, infiltrate and terminate her command.
Terminate? The Colonel?
She's off the chain, completely operating with no rules, completely exceeding any and all conventions of norms of humanity. And yet she is still in the field, commanding her troops.
Terminate. Terminate with extreme prejudice.
Are we clear, Captain? This mission does not exist. This mission will never exist.
I said yes to the mission. What the fuck else was I gonna do? At first, I was for sure they handed me the wrong file. It was amazing to see that they wanted her dead. 4th generation academy, first in her class, 7 Sisters air assault, a ton of decorations. The list goes on. I had listened to her speak on the audio and it really zapped me. I wasn't able to put that voice and that woman together. As the paper pushers noted, she had an impressive career. Perhaps too impressive? It was immaculate. She had been selected to go all the way. General, chief of staff, the sky was the limit. In 2074, she was reassigned to headquarters after a tour of advisory command at the DMZ and ship went pear-shaped. In SZ-34, the report to the Joint Chiefs of Staff and Premier was restricted. Seems they didn't like what she had to say. During training, during the next few months, she had made 3 requests to transfer to airborne training in Fort Quay. She was finally accepted. Airborne? She was 38 years old. I can't understand why she would do that. In 2075, she joined the Special Forces, returns to the front lines. She is split from the whole damn system. How does that take place? What was it she saw in that war zone? She was 38 years old. Joining special operations meant she would never be promoted above colonel. Johnson was well aware of what she would be giving up. The more I read and began to figure it out, the more I had some sense of respect for her. Her family and friends didn't understand her anymore, and they couldn't talk her out of it. She made the request several times and took a ton of flack. But when she said she would resign, they approved it. The next youngest candidate in the class was half her age. Those soldiers must have thought she was some crazy old woman pumping it over that course. I did it when I was 19 and it damn near destroyed me. She was one tough bitch. She finished. She could have gone for general. She did it for herself. October 27-5 on special assignment, Vecca Province. Staged Operation Broken Glass with combined militia and clone forces.
Still Tyler. I always count on the bombers to bring the rain.
It was a serious victory. She received no official clearance. She just thought it up and did it. What balls. They were gonna nail her ass to the wall for that, but after the press got a hold of it, they promoted her to full colonel instead. Man, the bullshit piled up so fast in this war. You needed to grow wings to stay above it.
I do not think that my children will ever forgive me for what I tried to become. That if I am to be killed, it is my final desire that a message be sent to my family and the truth be told. All that I have done and all that I have seen, there is nothing worse than the putrid stench of dishonesty. That for my part that I have played, and many others, along with these creatures that we have played God and created, our only salvation is the truth. We have created killing machines, soulless children that rain down death and fire on people. The administrators deny them their self-determination and self-expression. They can't even write fuck on their aircraft because it's vulgar. Judgment.
Judgment just whooped your ass.
Third turn irregulars, over. This is God. How do you copy? Over. This is God. Over. This is God. Standing by.
God, this is third turn irregulars. Commence your bomb and run. Target is marked with a beacon.
They were gonna promote me for this. I wasn't even a part of their operation anymore. Everybody wanted me to pull the trigger. I felt that she wanted it most of all. To me, it was as if she was up there asking me to do it. She wanted to die a soldier, standing up. She didn't want to go out a spent sorry-ass rogue. Shit, even the war wanted her dead. That's who she really got her orders from anyway.